Good afternoon, everyone. I'm still almost sitting up here, but here is a bean down here. She hides underneath my seat. She really wants this. This is what she really wants. So I'm going to crack this open and let her chew this while I get a little bit ready for here today. Yes, I know this is going to be for yours. She's probably going to make some noise chewing this thing. I'm sure she will, but so pardon the chomping underneath my desk. But as you can see, actually, let me turn on my light. I forgot to turn on the light. There we go. As you can see, I bought a couple gourds, and I also have this lovely. I know you're not supposed to pick it up by the handle, but oh, isn't that gorgeous? I was at my mom's on Friday and Saturday, and she said, let's go to the Amish place and get some pumpkins and stuff. She'd gotten mums from them. If you are not in the U.S., mums are short for chrysanthemums, and they are a perennial flower that mostly perennial, but they will come up every year. Here you go, happy doggy, happy bone. Yes, she's gonna plop herself down and eat that bone. But so she'd gotten some mums, and we'd gotten a couple of pumpkins and also these cool gourds, which it's always better to have a real gourd or a real item in front of you so you can see the colors in them. And there goes a clunk. Sorry. So I got some really nice ones here. This one is very interesting. There's a little bit of the lighter color and then the dark greens into it. And this one is interesting. I thought this one was cool. This one almost looks like you took an orange one and painted it and then just wiped half of the paint off of it as it was still drying. It just looks so cool. And this guy was neat. I thought it was cool because the pattern on it almost looks digital. It does look like you took a paintbrush and just went line, and did the dots. It's very, very interesting. I love the pattern on it. This guy is going to be an inspiration for one that I'm going to paint today. And this guy was one that I started painting last week. But I didn't really like the picture that I had of it, so I was really happy when I found this one in particular. So I'm like, I need this guy. And you'll see what I mean here in a moment. So let me put him here. I'm going to move these guys off to the side. Sorry, she's chewing a bone now. She's happy. She's in her happy space, and so am I. I'll put these here. And let me get this guy out of here. He's a nice, you'll see what I had done from last week. Just to recap, I had done one with green coming down on the top and orange coming up from the bottom. And this was kind of what a picture of one that I had seen and I was trying to model off of. But you can see it's actually very yellow. It's not a white as the picture that I was going from. So I don't think I'm going to change the one I have because I like it. I like how it's done. So let me get this guy out of here. And this is the one that I had done last week. I'm going to leave it as is. I'm not going to put any yellow in this because I really like how it is. As you can see, I also went through and I applied black in the inside, in the inner cuts of the whole thing. And let me spin this around. Oh. This guy was last week. Sorry, I'm moving my camera around. This is what he should look like. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to repaint some of these guys to look like these lumps. And I'm going to do a darker green. And that I'm not quite sure what color you want to call this. But I'm sure I have one to match it. See, there's a nice good shot too. But that's what he's supposed to look like. I'm glad I found one so I can actually take that and put it on here. And this one is going to be this guy here on the end. So what I'm going to have to do for him is I'm going to have to paint him the dark green instead of having it the light green. I painted it light green, or this Christmas green, if you want to call it that. I painted it that just so that it had so that I knew what color I was going to put on that one, just as a temporary one. I knew I would paint over whatever base color that was there. So, excuse you. Don't inhale it. Sheesh. Good heavens. She is she eats anything basically you put in front of her. So she is inhaling that bone and destroying it. I'll have to keep an eye on her later on to make sure she doesn't totally disintegrate it and try to chew it. I don't want her to chew the pieces. She's chewing the big nuggets off of the ends. There you go. So this guy is going to be this one. This is going to be this guy. I'll fix this guy up to make it match like that one a little bit more. This one, I'm actually, I'm not going to paint this today because these guys here are going to be enough for today. This one, I'm going to hold off on because the places that we went to on Saturday didn't have any pink pumpkins. So I'm going to check around my area here for one. I may have to buy one, or I know I have pictures of them on my computer. I don't know if they're on my old computer, if they're on this one or not. I really don't know. But I'm going to hold off on this one because I may even need to change it to some other color, or if I can find a pink one to match that pink color that those pumpkins are. And then we'll go from here. So let me get myself situated here and I will get to start painting. I could have moved just a few things around, including my camera. So, open this up. This guy goes up here. Paintbrush is ready. To the side. All nice and clean from last week. Painting a lot of black. Hi, Julian. You are not late. I was late to announce it because I was visiting my mom on Friday and Saturday, and I didn't get a chance to post that I was even going to do one. But I did hook her up and sign her up to my channel too, so hopefully she can watch. Hi, Mom, if you're watching. All right. So if you hear thunking and clunking on the in the background, I just gave Sabine a nice big bone, so she's going to be happy as a lark and chomping her bone for a bit. So pardon the background noise if you hear it. All right, so let's move this guy over here. And this definitely doesn't look like that, but it's going to be by the end of this. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is put him over here. Put this over here. I'm doing this tonight. Okay. Tray. All right. Hope you're cooking something good again for dinner. I don't have one thing that I did do while let me grab this guy. That's a funny picture of me. Okay. I thought I took a picture of that thing. Apparently I didn't. We were at an Amish farm yesterday, and I was mentioning the mums. The mums got a bunch of those so that I can plant them now, and that they'll bloom here in the next couple of weeks, but they will definitely come back next year, and I'll have more mums and more mums and more mums. I have mums from my mom, and I have mums from seeds and stuff from mom, and a couple plants, but we'll put that. Okie doke. So let me grab these. And let's see. That's a nice color, greens. These are always such pretty cool colors, greens. Of course, should be pine green. Pine green. Oh, geez. Oh, what else I forgot? I forgot my glasses. That's that woodland green. I really don't want to use greens that, or wait, I'm using the wrong one. Sorry. Wrong one. Looking at the wrong one. Wrong gourd. It's this gourd is the one I want. It's so neat how I give all these. Oh, my avocado. Crap. I would need a good replacement. That's funny. Maybe one color. The one color I don't have much of is this avocado. That is old. Somebody's having fun chewing. Might too. Pine green or forest green? Let's try that. Yes, I know that's the perfect one, but this one is actually black green. I really don't want to use it. What I'm saying is that I don't want to use it because I don't want to use it as a whole base because I only have so much of that color and I would use at least a half. What call these jars? They're not tubes, bottles. Oh my gosh, I need to go get my glasses. But a bottle of something like this, I would use a whole bottle, almost a half bottle on that to actually paint the whole background of these pumpkins. And I don't want to do that because that black green is the last black green that I have. It was discontinued a long time ago. And I don't want to reuse it. So 59 is also one that has been discontinued. It's got a little bit of shamrock, a little bit of that green. Lots of greens, lots of greens. All right, I think I'm going to go. I'm going to go with that woodland green. I don't think I've been able to find a matching color for it, but there's also all these other greens. Let me hide this one because it's the perfect green and I can't use it. I could use you a little bit. I could use you. Those are two brown green. Okay, okay. We got it set. Let's remove this. And I will be right back. I gotta go grab my glasses. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. And you've almost eaten that whole bone. It's only been 20 minutes, and you've disintegrated it. Oh my gosh. I can't get onto YouTube. Okay. All right. Mom can't get onto YouTube. That's all right. Phew. All righty. As you can see, I've kind of a little overboard on the black. It's hard to... Painting these insides of these things was actually really, really hard. 1 second here. Let me do something here. Yeah, I know. Woo! Oh man, where's my fan? It is only 70 degrees outside. Not even 71. Okay, it says 67. But it is nice and warm in the house. All right, let's put the glasses on. Get a drink. All right. Hold on a second. Why do I got stuff in the way? What's going on here? Sorry, something fell. And I need to fix it so it doesn't fall more. Project for a future one. Take that. Okay. There's that over there. There's that back there. There we go. Now he's kind of in the frame. What the heck did I just do? Okay, you. This guy right there. Brushes are pretty dry. Okay. All right, so this I think is also a discontinued color. Sorry. It is woodland green. Dark foliage green could probably be used, but I'm going to just use this. And I'm actually going to do this. I'm not going to... I could have done with black green. No, I'll just do it this way. So, to hold this like this is, I'm going to just do these sections with that woodland green. I'm not going to paint the whole thing. I may paint the outside edge because that would also be a bump. Yeah, I'm going to do that. All right. So I'm just going to put like a swath of paint here, 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 and here. And somebody's having a blast with her bone. And she's disintegrated it. I know you're supposed to watch her. She goes to town on those things. Haha. Let me turn my fan down on a notch. And I have the fan blowing on me. I don't have it blowing on when I'm painting because I don't want it to dry that. And she didn't eat it all. Okay, that's weird. She must have heard something outside. Has to go investigate. All right. So let me move him in here so you can see what I'm doing. Get and that's Ahsoka. Sounds like somebody must be walking their dogs. Definitely got to cover up that black spot that I goofed up on. Dip. Do it. Definitely get some in that groove. Mm-hmm. Yeah, your bone's still here. Come on, puppy. Lay down. I have to give them 2 separate bones and put them in 2 separate rooms because the one dog will want the other ones, and the other one, the Aussie likes to take her time and savor the bones and savor the flavors and just have a nice, enjoying, snack. Not the black lab. Black lab's like, chomp. Done. Give me the other one. And if the Aussie steps away to go bark at something like she just did, that means that gives the lab the opportunity to sneak in and steal it. So I have to try to either put them in separate rooms or give them a bone at different times so that they don't, so that the lab really doesn't try to steal her bone. Because she will. Yeah. And now she's back to munching on her bone. This one is deep. And I'm loading the brush up to put down in here because that way it gets all the nooks and crannies, because this stuff that was routed in, we tried our best to sand that down, but it's not really very good. So there is a lot of spots in there that needs to be covered in the paint. And every so often, of other ones that I've done this, like, you'll be like, okay, you're great, you're finished, and then when you go to give it a spray coat, you'll see this obviously glaring spot like right there under the edge that you totally missed. So it happens, but these are fun to paint. Except for that inside of that black. That was a pain in the butt because I had to stand it up. I had to fold it and, actually stand it up on end, not on a table, and just mess with it and try not to get it all over anything that I've already painted, especially the ones that I did finish painting. There's a nice big thick. And actually painting it this dark green this color of green underneath this is kind of helping that be more of a dark green for it. Whoop, what happened? All right, I'm going to leave the ends, okay, but I'm going to do the outside edge. So to do that, I need to move my sample off to the side and hold this up. Actually, there we go. Prop it up. Prop it up with my sample. Actually, I need. Oh. Ta-da. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Sorry, I'm out of the camera view here, but all I'm doing is painting the outer edge of this. Apologies that you're out of view. Come on, there we go. Oh. She just jumped. You're a silly dog. Okay. Okay. All right. What? That's why I was playing weird. Okay. We'll try to hold it up this way. I'm sorry, I don't have enough table space to show you. This is what I'm painting, actually, is this edge. But I'm painting it over here on this one, so apologies, it's out of this view of the camera. And I see a spot that I missed in those crevices that I was talking about. I see a couple spots I missed, even with the green that I originally laid down. What are you doing? Paint on the edge. The Aussie barks, and then the other one, the lab has to go, what are you barking at? Is there something I should bark at or look at? I don't know if your dogs are like this, but mine, the Aussie specifically, knows the sound of the UPS truck. I call it UPS. She knows the sound of that truck, and anytime he comes through, she starts barking like crazy because she knows that likely they're going to deliver a package. And she knows the sound of that thing, and it's not like, I don't know if you've heard the Amazon vans have the weirdest backup sound. It just sounds like something going It's really weird. And she doesn't go crazy barking at him as much as she goes over, whatever noise the engine that the UPS ups, whatever they call them, whatever it makes, she hears it and just goes nuts. Seeing some spots I missed. There's a spot I missed. Spots. Okay. Oops, that looks a little. What I'm looking for now is like this paint is it's thick, but when I put it on here, I can actually see through it in a couple spots. So I'm just going to give it an extra boost, especially where that black populated through. Where was that other black spot? It was over here. Glad to see you came back, Sabine. You gonna finish your bone now? Okay. He's looking good. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry. And crunch, crunch. I'm going to be back. Back to crunching. She's silly. Okay, now this little guy. Oh. Sorry, I lost a light. Okay. Sabine. I'm trying to move it up so you can see it. Not knocking my water over or knocking anything else over. Okay. Let's look at this guy. This is what I'm really, really after. So really, actually, I should dry brush that light color over top of that, because as you can see, it did keep that color on some of them, but it does have it like down in the nooks and crannies. It does have that cream that I've got on here. What did I do this? This was alfalfa, I think. Yeah. Okay, let me see what I've got. Paints I've got to match this guy. Let's see. There's some nice yellows, some golden yellows. Definitely don't want those colors. He's kind of a nice color to have. He would be interesting. What is you? Olive green, Craftsmart. Maybe not. English yew green. Let me find the color that I actually painted these. Are you palmetto? No. I think I did that color green. Or was it like green? I can't remember. I think you're light leaf green. Yeah, that's what you were. Let me check my notes. Oh! I put the lamp on top of my notes. Wasn't smart. Give me this. Don't knock the lamp over. All right, lamp fell that way. What's 46? $46. Yeah, that was light leaf green. Okay. Now, with the Delta coats, there is, if I find it, there, light foliage green. There is a medium foliage green, which, let me get those two together. And then there is, where's dark? Dark foliage green. Not quite, but that green is good. Are you that? No, there's forest moss. Ooh, forest moss. There we go. That's good. I like that. Is that near that alfalfa? Yep, alfalfa was the next. Oh. Oh. Hold on a second here. Knock my drink over. Do I want both in here? Or are you a big bottle? Oh, okay. No, you're of these two are the same. That's what I did. And I put it here in case I needed it. Okay, so alfalfa. You are the color that will go in there. So I need a dark green. How do I do that? There is the dark forest green. And what are you? Pine green. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay. So you were that. You were 40. What did I say the color was? Apple barrel. Light leaf green was the bark background. And then I'm going to pull out pine green. I'll try this. Okay. So let's black is there. Yep, it'll work. Okay. Okay, well, this guy in the way. I'm actually going to do this since actually do this. Or attempt to do this, I should say. How are you? Hold on a second. I think I need to shake this guy up. Need to shake him up in my little machine. My favorite little machine. I think she ate most of that bone. Sometimes I'll get them soup bones from the grocery store. They'll sell them for like, $2 or $3 in the meat department. And I will, it's a lot better. I'll get those and boil them up or bake them and let them have fun with those after and let them cool down for about an hour. And then I will let the dogs have fun trying to chew the marrow out of them. And then the juices that it cooked, I will put that aside and pour that off. And then when I feed them their dinner, I will put the juice on their dog food. They will go nuts for that more. They certainly love that. Yeah, all right. So I'm going to go in here. Now this I'm not really dry brushing. The paintbrush is isn't really wet, but it's wet enough that it's making the paint transparent. And that's kind of what I need to match this lighter, because I want it to have like a gradient on it. So let me put a little bit more in there. Put in there. And I'm not going to put how I did this green one down here where I did the grooves, the dark color first. I'm actually going to do that last. I want to get this color in here as a wash. And give me a little touch. Is there any water? Yes, there is. Touch of water. And this is the only thing I don't like about painting stuff like this on this flat table, because, and filming it, trying to film it for you guys, because I need to see this and I can't. I'm also going to try to, last week I didn't get the whole, like underneath, I only did the top layer of this, of these warts, which, by the way, they did have warty pumpkins there at that Amish farm, and oh my gosh, they were so lumpy. I mean, the lumps were just as big as this stuff, so now I don't feel as bad using this spray foam to make these kind of lumps, because wow, those pumpkins were super lumpy and super warty, and they made good. It made good lumps, so, or warts, I should say. Call them warts. That's what they are. They're warts. I may have to flip this around so that I can see this side, because I just can't see that from this angle. Let's go over here. Get that. And do this. Feel a touch of water. It's really. And as I get down here, I'm going to go a little lighter. So that, because that's how kind of that is. It got lighter at the bottom, darker in the top, and light, kind of lighter down here. So I'm going to keep that like that. And we paint undersides of these. Paint that other side. Painting. I have one more of these to paint. And he will. Hopefully I'll get him started next week. And I'll probably do a lighter wash of that. Okay. I'll put them under there. Really going to try to get into the grooves of this a little better because it kind of needs to be in reverse of what I have it. Let me do that to him too. I'll get that side. I'll flip it around. But I definitely want to get these crevices. Dude. I want to hum a song, but I don't want to get dinged. And yes, it might look like I messed up there, but no, it's fine because that's going to be covered with a darker green. And I'm just trying to get this color under there so that it's got this. And by the way, I did not win the Powerball, so I hope those that did win. I honestly, I hope it was like a group of people, because that's better than just one person winning it, because you can really, really change somebody's life just by winning that much money. Like I said, I wouldn't say that I won the lottery, but there would be signs. Yeah. Subtle signs, not like I'd go out and buy a Lamborghini or anything like that. I don't need that. But I'd pay off stuff. And do little house maintenance. I don't know if I would build a new house. I mean, I might. That much money, you can definitely build a house how you want it, but now I'm to the point like, who would live in it? You know, once you're like, you can only live in a house for so long, whether or not it's your house is going to be, you know, your house for as long as you live. You don't live forever, so you know who is going to want. Who's even going to want that house later? I mean, depends on how you build it, I guess, but. There was a guy in West Virginia here that he was already quite well off, and he won. And I think his daughter died, or his daughter was killed or something. And then he was apparently known to carry around a suitcase full of cash. Like, that's a little too much. You know. I'd probably do things like buy stuff on, you know, use a credit card to buy stuff and then just pay it off with have it automatically deducted from the account. Like, yeah, sure, just use a credit card everywhere then. And I would probably do something, you know, nice occasionally, just to like go into a restaurant or something and tell them, okay, you're anybody that's here, I'd buy their dinner, or randomly pay people's dinner. They'd probably do something like that. Just make people happy. Just give. I'd invest some, but I'd make sure that the investments were, you know, not somebody that was, oh, I need this much money to start a business to do stuff, and then never follow through with it, or just run off with the money. You'll never see money like that again. I did a little too much on that one. I was trying to fill in the holes. hello, Cat in Virginia. Thanks for joining. I can see this side, so I can paint that. I haven't heard Sal yell anything, so actually, let me look before I say anything. Let's see. See more. That's not what I wanted. Let's see. Oh, Steelers did eke out a win. Close win, but they did. I'm really not watching it this year as long as I'm sorry if you're all these pro-life people. I'm sorry if you are, or if you're pro-life, but and then to say that vaccines do nothing. Vaccines do everything. They are pro-life. You can't. It's what saves babies from dying. It's what saves people from dying. I just do not like that the Steelers signed Rodgers to a contract. I do not think he belongs on our team. He's also the oldest quarterback in the league, and just means he's not going to. He doesn't have the stamina that a young guy would. So. That's my soapbox for that. That's all I'll say about it. Let's go back to the video. Yes, the green. I was using pictures to model these things, and I played around with this one last week. But this guy is going to be more like the actual thing. So what I'm doing is I'm going to change the lumps to be more white, lighter, not really white, the light, super light green, and go from there. Let me put more in my paint lid. Ta-da. Refresh. I was up at my dad's yesterday, his estate, and it's always makes you more mortal and thinking, stuff like that. All the stuff you collect and all the stuff that you do. What's it for? It's for you, but it's, you're leaving it to your family to to decide whether or not it is actually valuable, is worth keeping. And unless you had something that was that was valuable, gold or silver or stuff like that, really doesn't matter. A little bit of just a touch more. There we go. So after I come back from his place, I'm like, all this paint and stuff that I have, who's gonna deal with it? If, something happens to me. And when I left Pittsburgh on Friday to go up to my mom's to stay at her place, there was a really bad accident. They had the road closed, or at least partially closed. They had it closed down, and I'm like, they'll maybe remember to take a look to see, why that road was closed, because it's a major road through Pennsylvania. And I'm like, something had to have happened, and something happened, and it wasn't very good, and it was basically a lady who lived to 102 was in a passenger in a car, and another car ran a red light, blew through a red light at this intersection. You drive along this highway. This is kind of a highway. You drive along this highway, and then there's one traffic light before the intersection, and then you drive almost maybe a quarter of a mile or half a mile more, and there's another one down the road, and people blast through that all the time. And this one, fortunately, the guy ran through it, tried to avoid somebody who was making a left-hand turn because they had the right of way. They had the light. They had the arrow light. And he broadsided them and smashed them. I think the only one that passed away was that lady. It's like, geez, you will live to 102, and that's how you go out. That's so bad for that family. I feel bad for both families, because that guy, that person who did it is going to be, that's going to be on their brain for the rest of their life. And whether or not they get whether they ever drive, or they may get permission. I'm sure that their license is going to be revoked, but whether or not it's going to be revoked for life, or whether or not they will even want to drive after that point, because of that, just the stupidity of not paying attention at that intersection. And I'm sure that the family will probably ask that better lights be put in to draw attention that there is a stop sign or a stoplight up ahead. If you go further on down, it's Route 22 here in Pennsylvania. If you keep on going on Route 22, there is one section where it's the first light actually coming into Evansburg from the east. And there is strobe light that happens, that when the light is red, it has the strobe light activated. So it really, really catches your eye, whether it's daytime or nighttime. And I think that that has prevented a lot of accidents in that section. But they probably need to do something like that at this intersection too, because it was not good. If one person was life flighted out of the way, and you said that family now has lost their elder. Just not good. And people speed through that area because it looks like it's a big highway, and then all of a sudden there's a Walmart, there's a Sheetz, there's a McDonald's, and you just breeze right through it if you're not really paying attention. It just sucks. So, we're decorating 120 white paper treat bags this year. Plan to use an apple, cut it in half, dip in orange paint to make a pumpkin stamp, and use brush pencil. That works, yeah. Also works is potatoes. Potatoes will last longer than a apple to use as a stamp, and also it'll be able to handle paint a little bit better. But yeah, I did that a long time ago. I think I did that in elementary school. Not to say that it's not something that you can't do still. It is actually a good thing to do. But yeah, potato works, and yeah, those will work. I chickened out, and I think this year I'm just going to hand out. We don't get many kids for Halloween. It sucks that we do, but they whoops! I put a lot of paint right there, and I didn't mean to do that. Oh, give me that. A little dip of water. This year I'm just handing out full-size bars, and I have a there are some things that I like to hand out. Like as a kid, I always loved popcorn balls. So if I see those, I try to get them and hand them out too. And I usually try to hand out something that is like a noisemaker or something that's just to annoy the parents, because sorry, you have to have some fun at Halloween. And so my little extra trick is to make sure that the parents are annoyed by something that I've handed out. But I do all that. I try to also hand out, if I can, the only place I've been able to find them is like the Dollar Tree. Pixie sticks. I love pixie sticks myself, and so I always try to hand out pixie sticks. I always love popcorn balls and pixie sticks. And I know there's always those the wrapped orange, or the wrapper is orange. The wrapper is either orange or brown, and they're basically peanut butter chews, gooey nougat chews. I love those. And if we got any of those growing up, I would pull them out of all the bags. My brother's sister, I would pull them out and eat them, because I did like those. Those were good. We always thought that was nasty, but I love them. Okay, he's looking good on that side. So let's flip him. I don't know if they were called Mary Janes or not. They never had a label on them. It was just a kind of like a generic candy, or generic looking candy. But yeah, they might have been called Mary Janes. Okay. So let me turn this around so I can get the other side of them. These days, I'm going to fix this room up. Keep debating as to whether or not I want to move this room to what I use as the office downstairs, or keep it up here. It's kind of, and switch my office from downstairs to up here. I don't know. Where did the lid go? There it is. Okay, I see stuff I missed right there. One thing I did find, what I went up for to get some stuff from my dad's place to sell at a local flea market, is he had a couple of vinyl records up there. Yeah, I think they were more my mom's. Not much his, but kind of more my mom's. And mine, because I was the one that only played records. I was the house DJ, to put it nicely. I would play my mom's Beatles records, and I bought a few myself. But there were some in the pile that I don't remember, like Tchaikovsky and Moldavani. I don't remember those, but we got them. I'll take them to a flea market. I think it's just funny that vinyl is coming back as a thing, that people are collecting the records again. I always thought that was that went the way of the dodo, along with 8 tracks, and probably still do cassette tapes, but one of, I actually thought I had this downstairs in my basement right now, but it's not. It was in that collection. Our AM station we had in our town growing up, they would play Casey Kasem's American Top 40 on, I think it was Saturday afternoon. No, wouldn't have been Saturday. Actually, yeah, I think it was Saturday afternoon. Either Saturday afternoon or Sundays. I can't remember now, because I don't think they played the Steeler games back then on or at least that our station was apt to play them. I should say it that way. But I when they were finished with the radio stations would receive what to play on for Casey Kasem, they would actually receive these big records. And it was a set of 4 records. And it would come with instructions as far as how to, when to play their commercial, when to play, when they're, timing and everything and stuff, so that they had all that. And then the radio station would give them away in a drawing. And I should have done that a little bit more, but I didn't. But I had one set. I won one set. October 1982, I think. And I found those. So they've only been played once by the radio station and once by me. The records are in really, really, really good condition. The box container that they came in, not so much. Bugs pretty much got a hold of it. And like I said, I thought I had it in my case downstairs, or my chest thing downstairs. Apparently I don't, but now I got them back. So, but, hey, living like a cat. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know if they were called the Mary Janes or... Yeah, they were just generic candies. Very plain. There was orange and a brown or black. They were... I liked them. I thought they were good. Candies I do not like to eat are anything licorice. Cannot stand licorice. Do not. Yeah. So those, I think it's Good and Plenty's that are licorice. That are the, I love the colors of the, it's that, the purple, and the candies are, look like Mike and Ike's now, but they're white and black. But the box that they come in is a purple color, and I do not like licorice. Cannot stand it. One thing my husband tricked me to do a long time ago was to drink anise liquor at a Greek food festival. It's like, do not give me anise or licorice. Do not. Nope. Will not. Good and Plenty, yep. I want to say Mary Jane's or something else. I can't remember. Maybe they were the purple or the... And now I try to hand out candy that, like if we don't have very many kids, we are going to have to eat the candy, or I'm going to have to take it into work and try to get rid of it. And so I have to find things that we will actually eat. So that's why this year I'm just going to do the full-size candy bars. They're sitting on the table downstairs, and I'm hoping Sal never finds them. I mean, he'll see them, but I hope he doesn't get into them because I don't want to go out and buy any more. Okay, we are doing good here. Good. That's it. Cool. Cool. He's looking good. I can't really get underneath there. I'm going to have to do a smaller brush for that. Okay. So that will go there. Now, let's move this guy out of the way. And I'm going to turn my fan off. All right. Flip it back to where it was. Put it all the way down there. Okay. This happy guy. Really a yellow wrap? Okay. Fajitas would be good. Go for fajitas and a nice good margarita. All right. If you haven't seen this guy, I bought this, or my mom and I bought this yesterday at an Amish farm. And we bought a bunch of stuff from him, but yeah, between him and where'd my other? Oh, I got some other ones, some of the orange ones. He's cool. But I like how it's nice to have the stuff because when to model the paint after, because then you can see where you're not, that it isn't actually white on these ones. It is more of a yellow. So the one I did at the top of this one, I'm going to keep it that color because I don't mind it being the tan or off-white color. Let me grab these other two just to show. I showed these at the beginnings, but you guys are kind of have this one. It's also interesting. And this guy, and I have a big, huge one that's sitting on the floor behind me. I'm not really huge. It's a good regular size pumpkin, but I'm not going to pick it up. But we also picked up the warty pumpkins. They had some really good warty pumpkins, and their warts were huge. They're just as big as like these things are, and all over it. And it was really cool. But I've grabbed this one, and where did you put it? There it is. This one so that I can see them here and model them after and paint them. So. Speaking of candy, guess what time it is? Nerds time. Sorry if you can hear me chewing these things. What color did I say I was going to do that? I didn't pull them out. Maybe a little bit of that one. Oh, something close to my old avocado leaf green. It is a very bright green. It's very yellow green. You were citrus green. I don't want to do yellow because that's too yellow. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with like a citrus green. That's too... So there are differences in colors as to whether or not for the temperature of them. They could be a warm green or they could be a cold green. And this is a really good example of it. These ones I would consider to be a cold green. They don't pop as well as these ones who were like they're more of a yellowish green, but they're a warm green. And like even these ones are like kind of a coldish green. So I always try to make sure that I'm getting greens that match well with it. Oh, I love that avocado. Please, somebody make an avocado color for me. Just not getting it. All right. 50A. It was nerd time, yep. That's a good color. All right. So this is Ceram Coat Leaf Green. Where's that other one I said? I'm going to do Gecko. Yeah, it was Citrus Green. Ooh, there ain't much of that left. Shoot. I don't feel like there's anything in this one. Yeah. Crap. That one's practically gone. Shoot. But it's close to 48.1. Where? I don't have that in there, do I? I said there was 48.1A. This is 48. Now, again, my numbers here are just so that I know what color I'm looking at. Because here you can see one's called Apple Tart. This one's called Apple Green. I also have... Where is it? There is... one of these. There it is. There's electric lime, and lime green. I have them as the same numbers because they are exactly the same paint. It sucks because they are still actively new on ceramic coat, but they are the exact same color. There's no difference between those. Maybe lightly, but not much. So this is more of my way to go, oh, okay, I have all of these paints, obviously, with the things I'm going to make. It helps me keep track of what ones I have and which ones I may need to replace or use. So were really, really, really super close, and I just didn't put the stick of this color in here. It might actually be... Oh, let me look. Where are you? One of these Sabine. I had it and it fell on the floor, and Sabine got a hold of it. See, there's another leaf green. I already have. There. That's leaf green ceramic coat. This is leaf green from a different brand. Uh, 551. There. This is also called leaf green. Totally different color. So I can't go by what the name of it is. I have to do these sticks so that I can see what colors they are side by side, so I can go through and go, oh, okay, that's the color that I actually need to do. Let me put them over here, my stuff. Pardon me while I throw this. Oh, lots of dog hair in that. We don't want to see that. There it is. That's the citron green. That's a better green. That's a nice yellow green. I'm going to add that to my... still don't know what to call it. Popsicle necklace? I don't know. I just have so many colors on this thing. So many colors. And when I say one, what's this? Okay. Hold on one second. There is also a color here. Where is it? 90. Not eggplant. Not plum. Close to it. There. This is ceramic coat grape. It's discontinued. I do not have an exact match of any of the colors that I have. It is a very nice red, violet, purple. Gorgeous color. I love it. I've used it so much. And so much that the wrapper on the outside of it has fallen off. So, all right. Give me one moment here. Okay. So I'm going to do this first. This is called citron green. I'm going to do it down the inside. And the way I'm okay if I show a little bit of this lighter green in there, because it does look like it's spotted, mounted through on this thing. So, and even like here, there's a little bit of that. Maybe not that color of a cold green, but it's there. We'll play with it. But first off, I have to take one little break. I will be right back. So when you see my glasses move, wasabi would be a good color. Yeah, that's the other thing is that, like, they go through all of these paints, and they'll change the names of them every so often, and to reflect the times. to reflect whatever's being more active. Like this leaf green, it's not an exact match to that avocado, but it's really, really super close. But, you know, who knows? Maybe next year they could change this to be avocado. Won't exactly be avocado, but it is very close to being an avocado color. But this is a really nice avocado color. So, yeah, they may, you know, change names and stuff all over the time. Whether or not somebody would really call something alfalfa anymore, but it is. But that's the other thing. Some people companies would name their paints not only just to match what color it was or what the popular name or color would be, whether it was avocado or something like alfalfa. For some people that can't figure out what to paint stuff, case in point. Where is it? Where are you at? Let me grab them. That's no. Ah, there it is. Found it. Speaking of greens, somebody who knows colors would know what these would actually, the actual colors to use would be, like for what I do. But I have these three: holly green, festive green, and Christmas green. If you were just after, if you didn't know that you could use other colors to do things, you would grab, I need green. You would grab, and you were working on something for Christmas, you would grab the Christmas green and use it. You wouldn't grab festive green. You wouldn't grab holly. You might grab holly green because holly and ivy, you know, is a little bit. Holly is more thing for Christmas. Even though holly is growing all year round, I have a holly bush outside. And it's definitely not that color of green. Holly green is actually very dark green. It's huge, big, darker than that. It's very dark. So for Christmas stuff, some people would only grab things that were labeled with a Christmas name of the color. So people would grab Christmas green as their thing. If they were doing something for St. Patrick's Day, they may not want to grab Christmas green because it says Christmas on it. They would want to grab shamrock, even though they're almost the same color. So the companies do that. So they pick names of things for stuff like that. I'm going to put all these back in order the way I had them. You end up learning a lot more about colors and what you can do. And I think that's one of the reasons why that one lady was always mad at us at ceramics class, because we would grab, you know, colors like Christmas green, and we'd be painting it in summer, and she'd be like, you're like, it's not like there's a law that says that you have to use Christmas green on Christmas items. You could use it any other thing. I'm going to be right back. So I'm going to put myself on mute because I believe it's a lighter green. This one has it's actually spray foam. That spray foam that you use on to seal cracks and things. That's what I used on this. And I've painted it. I've used spray foam on quite a few projects. Quite a few Halloween projects, actually. So I will be right back. Give me one moment. I'm going to put my glasses right there so that I see them. Oh, there you are. He looks gorgeous. Ha, ha, ha. Hi, Sal. He actually joined. All right. I got to go downstairs and take care of Sal for 1 second, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And she did not disintegrate the bone. There's still a good chunk here for her to chew on. Okay. Oh. But as I was saying, there's no law that says that you have to use Christmas green only on Christmas items. You can use Christmas green. It's only that name and color. But this is what this guy is going to look like. So, yeah, he is a very bright green. I wish I could move this up a little bit further. All right, he can sit there. All right, we were going to do, was I going to do leaf green? Yeah. Leaf green, foliage green, woodland green. We are good. All right. I'm going to grab, where to put it? There it is. Okay. This is Deco Art Americana Citron Green or Verde Limon. or vert citron, depending on your language of choice. To-do. Boo, that's our green. Okay. Okay. I'm going to put him here. I'm going to just put it on. Not doing it very thick. And if the brush strokes go over into that, that's totally fine because this is completely very mottled. And I'm not trying to do... You can't do this absolutely perfect. You have to... you're relying on trying to match what nature does here with this thing. So, but I am kind of dry brushing it on after I get it on there. And actually, I'm going to do something here. Whoops, you're brand new. I don't need you. Just so I don't touch the pink. Just to protect it from any splatters on the dry brushing. Did I just rip? This piece right across there. There we go. Okay, now yeah, that was needed. Okay. Now, yes, it does look very, very bright green here on the thing, but compared to what this actually is, when I'm trying to model it after, yeah, it's going to be like that. And I'm not even giving it like a full coat. I'm brushing it on and then just dry brushing it around. So it's not even like the super thick coat of this. So, but it will be manipulated down to be a good color for here. Mm-hmm. And if I had these gourds, 4 weeks ago, I would have been good, but I wanted to start painting these things early so that I could give them to my mom and my sister so that they could put them up. And even my own put it up. Don't know what I'm going to do with the fourth one yet. These things are too big to ship to me. So, I mean, I wouldn't... unless I don't want to hand deliver them. But, okay, let me pull that out. Okay. This. Let's see. Yes, that is painter's tape. Sorry. Checking. The computer's way over here off to the side, so I have to really turn to look to read it. So sorry if I don't answer right away. But yes, that is blue painter's tape. I've also used that frog tape. That I like that. That works really good. He's gonna be neat. This is definitely not the end of it. He's got a lot of work to go on. See, now this is actually showing some of the other green down behind it. And that's fine because that's the way this is. So I will definitely put, I will do leaf green splotches throughout this. But I definitely like having this as that, what would be the center color on these ones. Now that it's drying, it's definitely showing a lot of the background green through it, which is totally fine. Yes. Also, running out of paint. My lid. Oops. Wrong one. You go there. You go here. Yeah, I'm glad I put the tape there. Back here to this edge. Okay. Now, I'm going to just do I'm actually just going to take the brush with a little bit of paint on it. Let me move him out of the way. And I'm just going to tap, just splotch. And it will help get that mottled look. And I'm doing this with a little bit of a thicker amount of paint on, not much, just a little bit. to really, really help get this through. Hold on 1 second here. My mom's watching. Hi, Mom. I tried to show her how to chat, so when I was there on Sunday, there's yesterday, but I don't think she got that part to work. There we go. Now we're looking. And I don't want to go dot, 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 because again, that's mandalas. That's not what this is. This is supposed to be, woo, hey, throwing paper at me. These are very modeled. So that's what you have to model them like. You want them to be modeled. And you want it to be very random. You don't want it to be. And as I'm doing this, I'm also twisting the paintbrush around too, because you may notice, oh, do I have a sample here I could pull? Maybe not. A paintbrush. Actually, I could probably do it on this. If I did try to do it this way, so you can see it. Dab, dab, dab. You see I'm getting the same tip, 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 and splurge off to the side. So you kind of really want to move it around so that you get randomness when you do something like this. Because otherwise, then you can really start to tell that, oh, okay, yeah, that it's painted and that it has a specific pattern to it. When there is no pattern to these things, it is just random blah, 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 dot, 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 all over. Now we're getting a little bit more. Now we're getting a little bit more like that. All right, let me put more paint on my lid. Won't drop everything. What time is it? 6:20. Okay. A little bit here. Plop, 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 plop. He's looking better. Woo! Grab a hold of him. A little bit more, a little bit more. Happy pumpkins, happy pumpkins. Splotch, 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 splotch. He's looking cool. Splotch, 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 splotch. By doing the splotching, I'm also letting the green show through that was underneath, the first layer of this that's popping through. It's giving it more color to be used and seen through, because that's what that gourd shows. So just makes pull some of that paint. He's looking cool. All right, let me get that little bit of green right there. A little too much green showing through. Okay. And some of these colors you have to really be, you play around with them a little. You find out what some certain colors can be very thick and opaque. Others very thin and translucent. And this is kind of one that is kind of translucent. It's like if I paint this on top of this green, it is showing me just by one layer of it that it's showing through showing through the colors underneath. It's not really as thick as like how that dark green was. Now I bet you when I open up this other lime green, what am I doing? What am I doing? Ran out of paint. That's what I'm doing. And when I splotch it on, it will be very thick, very opaque. Okay, splotch, splotch. Almost done splotching this. Well, not quite. At least splotching with this paintbrush. I'm going to splotch with a different paintbrush here soon. Doing random blah blah here, there, whoops, blop, splooch, spleesh, plunch, blop, beep bop, work. Do you know that one? You well, let's just say I won't say it. It is getting there. All right, now I am going to splotch a little bit of this leaf green. And I'm actually going to use a different. Give me you. Oh, stop. Okay. All right. This guy, he is random. Spot. Here, there, dot. Turn, twist, turn. Actually, just tapping it down a little bit because I don't want it to be super thick. I do want it to be, because it is thick. It's a very thick paint. I shouldn't say thick as a liquid. Thick. There is heavy acrylic paints that are much thicker and are acting like ones comes in tubes and stuff like that. But these guys, I just want to put random spots. Or Leia, you would probably know the reference if I say random spots. Because I'm just going to randomly put a few out in the blue. Random dab. I don't like what I did there. We'll figure out something. And getting there. He's getting there. Dun. Random, very random. Oops, see, that was too similar. Let me fill in that gap. A little bit too much of that cold green behind that, so I'm not going to do it. Here, bing, bing, dot. Oops, again there, made it too similar. And tap. He's getting there. Looking better. Do. Dot. And twist the brush around, get lots of random spots. Mm-hmm. Whee! Extreme sports is the it's a SpongeBob reference. There is a an English. Sorry, who is there? Was I can't remember the name of the group that was doing the extreme sports, and SpongeBob thought that the English guy was saying extreme spots because with his accent, he was botching sports into spots, and so. But yeah, I can't remember the name of the group that was doing the extreme sports. So. So far, I'm liking my colors here. I'm just randomly, random, more random, more splab, dab, blab, dab, dab. I'm not really dragging the brush anymore. I'm just dabbing stuff. I'm just like, gotta get good random splotches because that's what that looks like. Random splotches. Okay, so that is that one. Now I am give me that woodland green back. Okay. Making sure my tip doesn't have a bunch of water on it. Where's my doggy? Oh, doggy's not here. All right. So this, of course, has black or the dark green splotches throughout what I just did. So let's go for that. And this I will just do long. Random. Now I am dragging it a little bit because these kind of were a little large. Some of them were like connected together. They're very Some of them here actually also look like they go across, but I can do that, and then it looks like there's like a line that drags down through. So I could do that from up here and draw a line down through. And then put extra. We could go back and forth. We could. Let's do that. Smudge, 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 smudge. Drive line through. Smudge, 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 smudge. I'm going to try to draw a little one here. Very, very light on the paint. I mean, just a tip. I can't remember. I can't remember. I haven't seen that one in a while. Really. Occasional little line through some of these. Do. Oh, he's looking good. Let me put a little bit more. Actually, I feel like I need more over here. If you didn't notice, I'm actually dabbing it, putting the first dot into the dark spot here so that I can pull from it and put extra dots in the area, because I don't want to put it on the area right away and not and have a big gob of it there. I don't want to do that. I just want it to be I feel like I still need more down here. No, I didn't want to do that. Okay. What I didn't like here, what I did was I had a dot and a dot and a dot. I needed to break that up. It was looking too much more of a pattern, and these are definitely no pattern to these things. So, all right, let's drag you. Down this way. Moving on. Splotch, splotch. Smush. Bigger there. He's looking really good. I mean, that is getting really, really close. It's up here. Dot, dot, dot. Let me draw a line down through this one. He looks cool. Do a couple of those ones that were back and forth here. Do a few here. He looks so cool. Splotch, splotch, splotch. Drag. Splotch, splotch. Splotch, splotch. Splotches don't need to be one size. They can be any size. Big, small. Occasional line. Put them down a little bit more. Oh, Whitechapel. Cool. Let's do back and forth here. Right there. He's good. Splotch, splotch. Oh, he looks cool. Oh, yeah. Let me put one. Thought something's needed there. Something right there. Cute. He's cool. All right. Almost done with him. He looks a lot like that guy. Oh, yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go back to this citron green and just put a little extra dots, random dots everywhere. but make these a little thicker so that they can be seen. And okay, because we need to like put them out. We'll put oh yeah, he's looking good. This thing I'm putting a little bit more, thickness on the paint or on the brush so that it shows up. Cool. I love it. He needs a dot right there. Out to the side. All right, let's do the same thing here. Put paint here. Oop. Does help to get a little shaky sometimes too, because shaky equals random dots. And you can always go over the dots. Yeah, like that one there. I could put in a little spot in him. Dot, dot. He looks cool. Random spot, spot. Oh, he looks neat. He looks cool. Little dots here. Oh, he's looking cool. Splurge, splurge, dot, dot. Cool, cool, cool. Here we go. There we go. Push line. That way. Yep. Okay, he needs one dot right there. You shoot right there just to get that in. I think he is done. He is looking good. Just as random as that guy right there. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Hope you were taking notes on what paints I use, because I didn't. Okay. So now we're done with that guy. Put him over here. And move this down. Well, he's dried pretty good. Oh, all right. Now, so now here's. Oh, let me grab that guy again. Could you say that these are the same color as greens? No, not really. Because if I even spin it around the bottom side, you can see that there is a lot of a darker green, almost a blue green used on this one compared to the green used here. So that's why I'm not going to be using the same greens that I used here on that last pumpkin on this one, because this one is going to be more of this kind. So that's what I need to do here. I need to model him like that. So I may not have him exactly like that. We'll get there. Okay, so you know, I should also sneak on him. I should sneak some of this on them too. That would be funny. That would be cool. Put a little glow in the dark drips. Don't tell my mom if she picks this one. So yes. He is gorgeous. Yes. He's looking really good. All right, let's get this guy going. So let's take that pine green. And I will have to cover the pine green up with the I think that was a little olive that I used the last time. I don't think it was pine green. But this one may take a little bit longer. Excuse me. All right. So let's first, yeah. I'll leave that there. That's the one nice thing about doing this kind of stuff and painting is that these paints can usually cover up over anything that needs to be redone. It's not like watercolors. You really would have a heck of a time trying to oh, I could not see where I was putting my brush right there. I totally had to put my hand in the way in order to see that. So I can like go over these with another color. And it's not like I can't. I mean, if I wanted to, I could take white, paint the whole thing white, and start all over again with other colors and not have anything come through. But these guys, I need like random lines. Give him a little bit here. Looks like I need to touch you up. Okay, just random lines. See, I totally missed that one last week. Excuse me. Hey, guess what? It's nerds time. I'm running out of nerds. If you haven't tried those nerds clusters, those things are awesome. actually think yeah, it is a little thicker down there at the bottom. Okay. We'll fix this. Again, by the way, this is pine green from Ceramic Coat that I'm using. And I'm just being very, very random. Oh, actually, you know what I should do? Thinking about it. I can take all that blue and go the other way. Okay. Here we go. I need you to just hide underneath there really easy. Okay. I need to be angled right there. What's neat about this, and I'm going to show you this, is like as this one goes out, you can actually see that it does go out along the side so that there is almost horizontal lines in this one too. I'm not going to do that on this, but I just wanted to point that out. That it is very, like even there, it's like really just, it came down, went boom, exploded out to the side, and then kept on going straight down. So, but yeah, this was a cool gourd. I had to grab them because as soon as I'm like, that's the one I need. I needed this one because I have that lumpy gourds and extra texture and stuff. It's perfect. Right here in the bottom. I'm going to keep going on. Let's see. Well, hopefully my head isn't getting into the. One of their doing these videos that I've learned is to keep the camera over here so that when I lean my head in to look at what I'm looking at, you don't get blocked by my head. I'll be like painting something really key and I'll stick my head in the way. And then when I go to edit my video, I'm like, oh, gee whiz, why did I do that? And you can't, it's not like you can go back and redo it just because you've already painted that section over again. It would just mean that I can't repeat it. It's done. It's been some of the videos I do, it's like it's painted, it's done, it's gone, it's hanging up someplace. I can't just grab it off the wall. Wait a minute, I forgot to show you that my head was in the way. I need to repaint this. Okay, he's looking good. I'm liking these colors. I'm going to put lines because they're random lines. Keep him going right there. And they also get random splotches too. I can't see what I'm doing. La la la, splotch. I'll put some splotches under there. Really won't see it, but you'll see it. Okay, let me get back to this. The paint in my lid is drying up. And it's always fun this time of year. All the colors turn to... We always have the greens and stuff of summer, but there are greens of fall that are just as good. I got a chunk of paint, but that's okay. I'm gonna leave that chunk. Normally, I remove chunks of paint if they're here, but this, because it's very 3D-ish. No, not 3D-ish. Yeah, 3D-ish. You get a... Needs a little chunk every so often. Okay, he's looking good. He's looking good. Whoops. I see a splotch I missed. Yes, it is. Very much. He's looking good. All right. Get up here into this. Fingers. I need that to go there. leaving a little bit of that here and there. It's still good to work with. Okay, actually give me that pine green again. It's actually nice to, like I said, I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's nice to actually have an actual item here instead of looking at photos on your iPad or on your screen, because they could be color corrected. This, you're seeing it in the same light that I'm painting it, so much easier to be able to match the paint to use to the actual item under the lights, rather instead of using the iPad to say, yeah, this is kind of what I'm going for, so I'm looking at. This is why I want to get a pink pumpkin, or the flesh color, or whatever it is. I want to get one of those too, so that I can get it here and get this one to look as good as the other ones on this board, because this board is one of the better boards of the other ones that I've done. So it's really, I want to make sure that this one doesn't sour it in a way. So I want to make sure that it does look good. But we are going to, there we go, a little bit more. Put that up here on my Shiloh spider. This is going to be hard. All right, let's get him in there. That's why it was so much easier to paint this without these things in the way. There we go. I feel like I was doing surgery to get the paintbrush where I needed to go. And also not get paint anywhere it shouldn't be. There we go. It may help if I also turn this thing around the other way and look into it, which I'm probably going to have to do. But if anything, do try this at home. You need a little line right here. You may not be able to find this exact pumpkin thing. Like I said, these are from 2013, I think. Or not 2013. Oh my gosh. These were in Michael's stores in 2023. But yeah. Don't go running out and look. They do have some, they aren't this comical shape. Look, they're I did not buy them because I didn't like them. I didn't like the looks of them. I like these ones. These are more fun to do. Look at this little line right here. This just spot that's asking to put a line right. Miscellaneous down. He looking good. I need him on dot right there. Oh, I need something on his nose. Oh, should I give him a runny nose? Yeah, let's give him a dop in the road. It would be Halloween without a runny nose on a pumpkin. Oh, Excedrin time again. I've been there. He's looking good. Looking really good. Put gob there. We'll go up closer to here. Ooh. All right. Let me flip this around because hold this out of the way, move this out of the way, move this out of the way. Bend it down. Here, see a really good shot. A hand close up. I know it's upside down, but it's what I can do here in the space that I've got. So it looks good. And try not to knock over my water. We don't want to do that. Actually, I can move my fan out of the way. Barely. And get my sample back. That's actually almost a good darn match. Look at that. She needs a little bit more of this dark green up here in the top. Where's my lid? He needs just like a little bit here. Excuse me. I need the top coming through. Okay, is there anybody on this side now that I'm looking from a distance with this? You put a streak there. Streak there. Random streak. Streaking. I'm streaking. Look out, everybody. Good God, no, you don't want me to streak. Do not want that to happen. Yeah, this guy needs a big one streak down here on the back side. There we go. I need to put one right there. Make a big connection. Oh, he's looking good. He's looking really good. I like the light. Okay. Paint. He is looking good. All right. Now, if I can put the lid on this, there we go. So that was Ceram Coat Pine Green. We are going to take this light leaf green, which was the original color of the whole background of this one. It still works. And I'm going to go a little more intense on the dots on these. I'm going to definitely cover up the spots that I made last week. It doesn't match this guy as good. Oh, lovely. Okay. I need to put this through my machine. Hold on 1 second. Put it in the thing, lock it in place. And drink break. The heck did I do that? Yeah. He has some on the sides here, which I'll leave. I'll leave, some here, but I'm definitely on some of the bigger nodules. I will do it all the way around it. Like even this one, it even kept it as that same color here, same color here. And that's damaged. But the warty pumpkin that I picked out for my sister and me yesterday, it has warts like this big all over it. It's covered with it, and it's a beautiful orange. And it's weird that the ones that we got, the warts weren't all the dark green like I've been painting them. It actually, the warts were actually almost like this. They were a very light colored green, but they had dark green underneath, but some of them were like really, really bright green on top of it. So, okay. But he's going to look a lot better now. He would look a lot better. Let's see what that did. Oh, yeah. I love my shake machine. Look how smooth that is. I love that. Because you can't do that, like handshaking them. Okay. What brush do I want? What brush can I use? What brush do I want to use? I don't want to use any of those. Let me see. What else do I have? And by all means, this is not my limitation on brushes. I have a whole thing off to my left side here of all of the brushes that I've got. I'm just trying to pick up a good brush. Like I said, sometimes these little kids' brushes are perfect. They're absolutely perfect. And you have to pick the brush that fits, what you're going to paint. I'm actually going to use that one. What the heck? Alrighty. So, with you as my guide, actually, let's spin him around to, that's the side I've been looking at. Fine, fall off to the side. Okay, here we go. Not really. We'll get him away from that in a second here. I know I went from painting him these colors originally to painting him over and then painting him over, but that's what happens when you do stuff like this. You look at it and you go, yeah, you know what, that doesn't look good, and I may end up giving this another coat to make sure that it's so that you can't see the darker colors underneath it. And so that it does pop out like how these are. Why do I feel like that's just not... Should I use this color? Hold on a sec. Oops. No, do not need to water the plants. Let me look at this. Hold on. Now that I see these guys all together. Plethora of paint swatches. Okay. I think I should switch up the color here. These other ones. Got a new layer. Definitely not that set. Definitely not those. All right. So anybody from here up, and here, anybody from here down. And that's big apple green. I don't want to do them apple green. I almost feel like I should do that. This is the color that I'm using right here. It's very close to that one, which is palmetto. But I'm wondering if I should use you instead. Because it almost needs to be a yellow-green. Yeah, let me pull him out and see what I got. What color are you? Cricket. Oh, gotta move some stuff. Can't spin my spinorama wheel. Spinorama wheel of paints. You are 50A. You go here. 48, 180X. What did I say? 47 cricket? Yeah. We'll try it. Like I said, I can always paint over it. I don't like mixing paints because if this were to dry, It's almost too much of a bright. It's too much of a cold green. Oh, well, actually, maybe. Actually, no, it is good. No, I like that. It is looking good. Yeah. So you can definitely see the difference between that one and the original, and from what I want this one to be, I need it to be more of this. This is more of a yellow-green, even though this one looked a yellow-green. We'll go with Cricket. So this is Delta Ceramic Coat. Whoops, get my thumb out of the way. Delta Ceramic Coat Cricket, or Grouillon in French. I didn't know the cricket was Grouillon in French. Yeah, we'll just use him. So yeah, it's looking a better green. And like, I'm not going to really just like these holes and the cracks and stuff that are in it. I want them to show through because they show through on my actual gourd. Although that one got kind of filled in. All right. So, yeah. But that's how you work and learn with your paint, what you've got, what you can do. I don't really like I was starting to say, I don't like mixing the paints because when you mix them, I feel like they have a tendency to dry faster, and then your mixture is ruined because you can't use it. It's all dried, and I just feel like chemically they just can't work correctly together. So I really don't like to mix them. And then when you mix paints, you have to be very careful. I'm not going to paint that side yet because I can't see it. And I don't want to paint it blindly. So I'm just going to paint from this side that I can see. You have to really, really be good at mixing paint in order to get the color that you actually want. You can't I've seen some other videos of a guy that mixes paints, and he comes up with a paint. Like he'll take an item like oh good heavens, what can I grab? Oh no, I don't want to grab that. Okay, I can say like this. Green. I'll take this color of green and he'll actually make a swatch that matches it. And so there are different, he plays around with it. And his videos are cool. And he mixes a whole bunch of different colors to get to that color. He doesn't just mix white and green together or yellow and that stuff. He adds some blues and he adds some pinks in with it to get it to match. And he's got some neat stuff, but yeah. But yeah, this guy is going to definitely get some second coats in some spots. But here's what I will do. Because it is almost, now it's getting on 8 o'clock. I don't really want to be doing this for 4 hours. But I am doing it for 4 hours because I probably will still keep on painting. But with him, yep. So he's going to get like this. I'm going to do the lumps all down through him with this color. And I'll continue this. I'll show you everything. Like I'm going to keep on going from him all through here. He's getting it. This guy's getting it too. This guy, he's definitely getting it. This guy down here is definitely getting it, and so is him. So, but this is going to take me moving the thing around in order to get to it, and I don't want to jostle the camera around too much. And like it says, I have been recording for a while. I'll record for a little bit more, but yeah, very happy with what I've got going on today. He looks cute. I thought the one at the top was one of my favorite ones that I've done so far. Now I'm doing these. It's like, okay, these guys are looking really good. Okay, so let me draw up paint from here. But yeah, I need to be able to move this guy around and probably even use my magnifying glass to see where I'm getting paint at in some areas. And he's going to need at least a coat or two, maybe 2. So that you can't see the paint strokes and stuff in this. So let's go for another 5 minutes. We'll do that. Let's do this guy down here since I can kind of see him. And I'm not going to get totally underneath it. I'm just getting it to like where I can get the paintbrush to flow around the outside of it and kind of force it down low underneath things. But I don't want this to touch what I've already painted down on the base. So I'm just kind of mapping it out, and I know I filled in that crack. I didn't want to, but I did. I won't fill in that one. So if you've stuck around, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thanks for listening to me BS. And like I said, next week, hopefully I will find a pink pumpkin that I can finish painting him. And then this one will be done and I can move on to the next one. If I can't find a pink pumpkin, I will just set this one off to the side and work on the other ones next week. And get it prepped and ready until I can find a pink pumpkin. That was a lot of paint on the brush. Now, going to I may have to do a little bit of touching up here and there on some of this one, but other than that, he's looking good. And all right, 2 more minutes. Again, what I'm painting is spray foam that you use to fill cracks in your basement or around pipes and stuff. Itchy. And it works also for creating very organic things too. Okay. All right, well, I'm going to finish doing this, like I said, and because I need to move this thing around a lot. And but other than that, he is looking really look at that. I could stick that right on the top of that, and you wouldn't know. He's looking really good. So much better. Looking good. All right, well, thank you very, very much for sticking around with me and watching this. I will be back next week, next Sunday, probably 4 o'clock. I don't think I'll do 3, but probably 4 o'clock again. Like I said, if I find a pink pumpkin, this guy's getting painted. If not, I will start on the 4th one of these and get it done. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And so hit the like button. And I don't think there's a way you guys can promote it. But if you have a way to promote it, please do. Thank you. See you later.